Hello and welcome to week 8. This is my pre-lesson deliverable. I am on a train going from Hamilton, New Jersey to Penn Station, coming back from a weekend. And we're just going to knock this out right now. So it is another shorter week for ELA. We're off on Wednesday for Yom Kippur. So Monday and Tuesday we have more point of view, and I feel like we've got a pretty good grasp on that right now, so we're running it back. In fact, actually there was a main idea short response that students were given time to work on Friday. They didn't finish, so the first few minutes of Monday's class are going to be them working on their main idea short response from last week, and then as students finish, we're going to give them the point of view work for Monday. So people are going to finish at varying points for that work. Then on Tuesday we come back to main idea. We come back to point of view when students are given pages 249 to 256 on Wonder. That's going to be independent work. This is largely an independent work week. Monday, as I said, they're going to be finishing their short responses and then moving on at their own pace to the point of view work. Then Tuesday, again, they're going to be reading this on their own. Actually, we may let them do partners with this activity, but then there are 2 multiple choice questions and 1 short response. That part will be on their own. And then lastly, I guess that is it for point of view. So but then the last thing that they're going to be doing on their own is on Thursday. There is the Born to Not Get Bullied New York Times article about Lady Gaga. And this is going to be independent work as well. We're going to try something here where Giselle Jimenez is going to take our 3s and 4s out of the room to a satellite location. And she is going to work with them and push them to move at their own pace but quickly through that so that they can hopefully get to the short response at the very end. I will keep the other group, which for South Carolina is only about half of the students. We've got some really high students there, so she'll be taking about half of that class. We are just going to do the reading on their own, let them work on their own, because that's a big part of this. With the multiple choice questions that follow the reading, and then we are going to double back. I'm going to guide the reading with them, and then we're going to really dive into those multiple choice questions and work on annotating. But I feel like the biggest strain on those students, they're going to be sticking with me, the 1s and 2s, is not that they lack strategies with multiple choice as much as they lack strategies in reading. So we're really going to focus more on the understanding the text and finding the main idea of that same text. So that brings us to Friday, where we introduce conflict for the first time, and that is what I will be sort of practicing right now. There's not a lot to it. We have somebody read the aim of the day, which is we'll be able to determine major and minor conflict within a novel. If I say conflict, what am I talking about? And that is trouble, disagreement, and there's 2 different types. So we have someone read the first type, which is internal conflict. And they say that internal conflicts are problems that people have with themselves and when they are struggling to make difficult decisions or battling with their own emotions. So internal conflicts happen within our own minds generally, and so you most often see this with a difficult decision that a character has to make. An internal conflict is, what should I do? Should I attend beach or prep, or should I not? Should I go to school after my friend has stabbed me in the back, has betrayed me on my favorite holiday, Halloween, or should I stay at home and fake sick forever, or just tell mom and dad I can't do it anymore? These are internal conflicts that August faced in Wonder. External conflicts are much more traditional in this way that we think of conflict and the way that we think of problems, and that is on the outside is what external means. Internal means inside, external means outside. And external conflicts involve 2 characters who are in conflict. So what would be an example of two characters that have a problem with each other or a conflict for any reason and wonder? Hopefully we arrive with Julian and August. So it's a problem that people or characters have with outside forces like nature, other characters, or even society overall. Again, this is more commonly than not two or more characters that have an issue with each other. We're not going to do a whole lot of problems with society, sorts of external conflicts, although I guess we're going to deal with some immigration issues when we get to our next trimester. But some conflicts are more important to the story than others. We also want to highlight that there are major conflicts, which are problems that are central to the plot of the story and often repeat throughout the story. And then there are also minor conflicts that are smaller problems that exist for only a small part of the story. So as much as we think that Daisy dying is a major big deal because we were all shook by it, it isn't something that we see consistently throughout the story. It isn't like an ongoing problem. So we would say that's a minor conflict because it has a relatively small impact on other parts of the novel. So internal and external, major and minor. We're going to do an activity now where we analyze each of these ideas as we look at conflicts and wonder.